Hello everyone, welcome back to Blue Ridge Survival. Today I'm making a snake staff. If you go way back on my channel history, you'll see the original one I made. But I'm making another one today, and I'm going to take you along through the process. It's probably going to take around 2 weeks to make, but we're going to get started now. Alright, step one is peel the bark off. You need a very sharp knife to do it like this. This one I just basically sharpened to the point of being a razor this morning, so it's definitely sharp enough. Right here, when you get up to the top, you're going to want to start cutting, either inserting it and going down and then pulling it off, or you just want to flip your entire thing the other way because you don't want to be cutting up towards your throat. That's just dumb. And there we go. Completely cleaned. All right, next we're gonna sharpen our chisels up. So this is very important. This next step is one of the most important parts of the entire process. You need to know what piece of wood you picked. As you can see, this piece has a good amount of knots in it, which I'm going to use to my advantage. So I'm going to use this knot as the head, so I'm going to take off this little branch that's coming out of it. So the next step is very simple. We just take a large chisel and we're going to just outline where we want our snake to be. All right, so we've got the very first part of the snake done, and now we're just going to outline where we already did with very deep cuts, as deep as we can. We're not going to be just doing excessive pounding, like trying to bury our chisel, but we're going to give it enough good hits that it sinks that chisel in pretty well. All right, so the next step is basically the entire thing. What we're gonna do is, from here, we're literally going to cut some rings first, just straight around it. Just don't cut through your snake outline. If you're just starting, I would definitely recommend just use a piece of wood with no knots. Like from here down would be perfect. I'm using these knots to make this thing more interesting and more like detailed, but you definitely don't have to do that. All right, so just for the sake of this video, we're gonna just do one set of these, and we're just gonna chip it all out, all the way around, like that. then you're gonna put another set of rings into what I've already got here.
All right, so it's day 2. I didn't film it, but yesterday I basically just kept doing that thing with the rings and cut more and more and more until we have a lot more of this snake cut out. One tool you kind of need for this is a draw knife. This is a really old vintage early 1900s draw knife that our dad got at an antique shop, and it works great for this. It sharpens up very well with whetstone. Right now I'm just trying to basically kind of take these lumps around the snake itself and just carve them out, because the actual shaft of this entire walking stick needs to be a lot thinner. Here we can't use the draw knife to get it to thin down, so we kind of gotta get it a lot smaller by just using the chisel first. Now the rough hewing for the top of the staff is done, and now we just have to basically carve out all that junk. All right, guys, I've gotten this mostly carved down, which is just a long process that just involves doing this with the draw knife. If you don't have a draw knife, you're gonna be in for about double the amount of work, because you're gonna have to do it with a chisel, or you could theoretically cut it into a square with like a skill saw kind of thing, like a electric saw. But if you do, it's going to take forever. I just use that to cut the end off because it's a little bit too long. Right now I'm just trying to shape this a little bit, get off any large bumps in the grain, and go over it as lightly as possible. Smooth the whole thing as much as I can. It's already very light. It's a little heavy right now for a walking stick, but that's because it is green still. So once we've gotten it dried out for a couple weeks, it'll be as light as a feather. It's already pretty light. It's probably only about 4 pounds right now. And by the time it dries out, it'll be about 3 or 2. All right, now we're gonna clean up around the snake's head, that area, because it is definitely gonna need some work. So next, what we gotta do is we need a very sharp knife. And we're gonna basically come in around the edge of the snake with this knife. And we're gonna just start smoothing out the body. All right, so we've got body all sanded and the main hole sanded. Hands, the handhold is right about where I want it. Right about at chest level. So yeah, still got a ton of stuff to do, but I basically now need to leave this thing for a week. Let it dry out, do some more sanding, and then we're gonna varnish it and paint it.
And the last thing I did with it was I carved these little triangles into the body and added a rattle. Carved in a rattle because it's a rattlesnake. So I did some detailing work around the head. Did all those little patterns down the body and then put a rattle on it. And it's got to dry for about a week, but for now I'm gonna let it sit. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you on part 2 on Blue Ridge Survival.